All right. I'm up this morning, and I kind of just I'm having fun this morning because I was just thinking out loud. And I said, you know what? After I got cleaned up my room was a mess. But anyway, now that I cleaned up my room and everything, and I was just thinking while I was vacuuming, I'm like, man, it was a perfect opportunity for them to bring back Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And I know people are going to say, why Mighty Morphin Power Rangers? And the thing is, and maybe Hasbro had this in mind. So I'm not going to speak against Hasbro because I don't know what they had in mind. But let's say Hasbro and me thought the same thing. Well, I'm not Hasbro. I don't work for Hasbro. I don't have no connections with Hasbro. I'm just a fan just thinking out loud. Let's just have some little fun. You don't have to agree. You don't have to. But this is just my opinion. And I remember I said this before in a video. I don't know if you guys really remember that video or saw that video. But it was my kind of weird review. I don't really do reviews. I kind of just talk bases on the show. What I remember, I don't do a whole complete rundown of. That's why I don't do reviews no more. Cause I don't like spoiling things for anybody. Just kind of go check out and see it. I say if I give you ups or a yay, nah. You know what I'm saying? I don't really sit up here and just do every little detail of a movie. I think that's spoiling for people who never really go. Because people don't really see everything you see. They might not see it for years from now. Who knows? But anyway, to make a long story short, and hopefully this don't be a too long of a video. It's kind of just getting things off my mind. Is I'm very, very shocked and very disappointed because you know how Hasbro wanted to do this whole big reboot and everything like that. I still say it's a waste of time personally. It's kind of, I wish they did MMPR, when Ming took over for her mother Trini as the Yellow Ranger. That should have been a fresh start of maybe like a 2-season series. Maybe they could have, this is Netflix, so it would have been like 10 episodes apiece, maybe 3 seasons. I say between, it could have been 10 episodes, You don't need to make 100 episodes to really get the point across, because I think Cosmic Fury, that's what, even though it was short, it got to the point. You stayed away from a lot of fillers. That's where MMPR once and always should have been like the reintroduction, and then had a brand new fresh team. And you guys, they didn't have to bring back the Green Ranger. They could have always made a Hasbro exclusive 6th Ranger if they wanted to kind of pay homage to the Green Ranger. And if the Green Ranger did come in, he could have just been a suit actor or something like that. Could have been like Tommy tribute to, helping them out. Maybe an episode or whatnot, or 2 episodes. It don't really make a difference. I mean, you have Billy there. You had Zach there, and they could have been like your mentors, If you could have had a brand new Blue Ranger, brand new Black Ranger, brand new Red Ranger. You already have introduced a brand new Yellow Ranger, because Ming is yellow and orange of Dino Fury. So Cosmic Fury, and they could have still ran that, okay. And also acknowledged the Cosmic Fury, because then we could have had a Cosmic Fury and Zoo Ranger team up. See, you see where I'm getting at? You got that, like Hasbro had the formula. I understand they took a break, and they still could have taken a year break, and that should have been starting like now. That's how I look at it. I mean, because how they had that little strike. That would have been a perfect thing to start off to kick off 2025. It really would have. 2024 could have just been your break. 2025, they could have came back then with the main character, and this series could have taken place after Cosmic Fury and after Once and Always. It was the perfect formula. And the thing is, maybe they could. And the thing is, I know people are gonna say, "What?" Well, here's my idea. And like I said, this is opinion only. They could have kind of slightly fused Cosmic Fury into this new MMPR, because basically it is all related. So you can, because Ming is like the bridge, and maybe they could have. They defeated Laura Zed technically. They defeated Roborita for sure. Maybe they could have had a brand new villain. Maybe a villain could escape one villain could have escaped it from Cosmic Fury. Now you're gonna make that the villain of the new MMPR Rangers, and not only call it MMPR, but kind of pay homage to Sentai and call it more like the Zoo Rangers. And starts using that word more. And it's just it makes you it grinds your gears. I know they want to do this whole reboot. Great, do the reboot. But they should have just left that for maybe a movie or something. Again, a new movie or something. But this was a perfect opportunity to really, because the Playmates, and the thing is, this is where I just don't quite understand, because how Playmates want to, and don't quote me because everybody don't know what Playmates going to do. They might do just Mighty Morphin. They might do starting off with Mighty Morphin. They might do the other seasons of the action figures. But Mighty Morphin is your selling point, so of course have a show connect with the toys, and that's what they should have done, and had the new MMPR Zoo Rangers, and just carried from there. Bringing Zordon back, they could have brought him back softly like they did, like I said, in Cosmic Fury. Maybe this is just me, because Zato. People might say, well, why you want to confuse Cosmic Fury with the new MMPR? Well, Zato could be your new Zordon. I mean, he died, he sacrificed himself, and he in this Cosmic Fury show, he kind of was this void, and he had met this other Zato, which looked like a Zordon, and he was speaking in riddles and stuff. Maybe that could have been your new Zordon. Maybe Zato could have taken over and be your new Zordon. I don't know if they could have had it like, how like Keeper was, how in Dino Charge, where he was coming in and coming out. Maybe could have had it like that, or could have paid homage and put him in this big tube just to represent Zordon. I mean, because think about it. You had Dimitri in Turbo. Dimitri was kind of like a spirit entity too. So Zato could be your new Zordon. It was perfect. Like I said, Cosmic Fury really had a lot of Easter eggs there, or whatever you want to call it. They had it right there. They had it written on the table, folks. And I'm not no expert. I know I'm not a big YouTuber, and I know people are gonna not hear what I say. I mean, like I said, you can disagree. I don't really care what you do. But man, if you really look at the show as it is, because I watched Cosmic Fury a couple times actually, I was like, wow, they really made Zato. I mean, it was great how they had decided to move, and at the time I was like, man, why they move Zato, from the Red Ranger? Brilliant. They basically built a new Zordon. I didn't realize it at the time. Maybe some people caught on to it, but I didn't. Even though I was happy Amelia became the Red Ranger. I really was, because we needed a female Red Ranger, because you had Jen doing the studio leader, because technically she was a leader in Time Force. Then you had, I remember somebody said in Alien Rangers, there was the White Ranger. She was technically the leader of the Alien Rangers. And then you had and I think you had another Pink Ranger who was I can't remember I think maybe Jen was the only one after. I could be wrong. Heavily wrong, but correct me if I'm wrong. But I think it was one more. The Red Ranger, the A Squad, SPD A Squad. I know she was, but she wasn't really the main team, I guess, like the B Squad was. And I want to say, yes, it was. And then it was the Red Samurai Female Ranger. Okay, let's gotta get my mind straight. But anyway, and Udana from Mystic Force, which I'm currently watching on Tubi now again, because I really enjoyed Mystic Force, and that's another Power Rangers that should have been heavily connected with MMPR, with all the magic and stuff, and even brought Rita. And actually, the original actress of Rita in the Sentai footage was even used. That's another missed opportunity. Which, once again, actually, this is where Hasbro should have corrected a lot of that. Maybe Hasbro could have found if they could get him back, the original Red Ranger, could have came back and reprised his role. It probably would have been like one episode, kind of like they did with Super Mega Force, and had him connect the dots with Mystic Force and fill the gaps in if need be. Well, anyway, and this is where Megaforce come in with Tensu, and they could have brought back what was his name? That Wally looking character. I forgot that little robot's name. They could have brought him in. We could have did a lot of sharpening up of Megaforce, because Megaforce, we have Sierra Anna, the red, not red, the yellow Mystic, not Mystic, Megaforce Ranger. She's been in this movie with Jason David Frank was doing, and they could have brought her in. Hasbro could have brought her in to reprise her role. There's a lot of things they could have did with this new MMPR. It could have been like Sentai is doing a lot of this crossovers now. Maybe we could have had a couple crossovers with this new season. Had a little bit of fun with it, and right after. And if it got popular enough, of course, you keep running it a little bit. Don't run it to the ground, but just kind of say, okay, let's do another season. And then maybe the next season could have been Jetman. I know people are going to be shocked on when I said Jetman. And you start kind of bringing it back, and you could did Bond Boomers. You could have done, after that, you could have did, what's the other one? You could have done Zoo Anger. Maybe they could have, Zoo Anger could have been the next, followed to get some, bring it, like kind of do like what Mighty Morphin did, kind of bring in Zoo Anger of the suits and stuff. I don't know. You guys had a real good thing going here. I think Once and Always really opened the doors. I'm sorry to say this. Once and Always and Cosmic Fury, which would be Dino Fury Season 3, opened a lot of doors. Yeah, Zeta could have been the new Zordon. You could have had some anniversary episodes, or what I mean by that is bringing see if you can bring past Rangers back to help out these new young guys, because they're young, and and which that's the one thing about Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, even though they were young, because you can't really compare Jason and all of them to the Power Rangers of today, because they had to learn. They were in American version, they were the first Rangers. They was the only. They only had Zordon and Alpha, and over the time they start getting other allies and stuff. So it built up over time. So now these new Rangers kind of have allies, that they can go back into the past. But yeah, so I just wanted to make this video really short. I don't want to make it too long. But what do you think? Just give me your comments and see what. And if YouTube don't play with my comments section, I will go and look at the comments. All right, you guys take care. See ya.